I think we should now start with the meeting. Shall we start?
Yes, you can begin now.
Okay.
Yes, you can start.
Dear shareholders, it is my pleasure to welcome you all for the 104th AGM of the company, which is being held through video conference in accordance with the relevant guidelines issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and the Securities and Exchange Board of India. Before we commence the formal proceedings, I would like to apprise you of certain aspects which are relevant and required for the smooth conduct of this meeting. The facility of joining this AGM through video conference or other audiovisual means is being made available for the members on first-come, first-served basis. This meeting shall be administered and facilitated by the moderator. To avoid any background noise and disturbance and to ensure smooth and seamless proceedings, all the attendee shareholders by default shall be placed on mute. Once the question and answer session begins, names of the shareholders who have pre-registered themselves as speakers will be announced one by one, and such speaker shareholders will then be put on an unmute mode. Such speaker shareholders would be required to click on the video on button on his or her screen. While speaking, it would be preferable for the speaker shareholders to use their earphones for better voice clarity. It is advisable to minimize any noise in the background and ensure that no other device is connected to Wi-Fi during this period. It is also advisable that during such period, no other application is running on their device and their location has proper provision of light to have a good video experience. In case due to any technical or video or other reasons, a speaker shareholder is not able to join through video mode, then he may also join through the audio mode. There is possibility of connectivity problem or poor bandwidth issues which cannot be ruled out at speaker's end. In such a case, we would request the next speaker shareholder to join, and once the connectivity improves or is restored, the speaker shareholder will once again be requested to participate and speak after the other pre-registered speaker shareholders have completed their turn to speak. In the interest of time and to afford opportunity to each and every one of the pre-registered speaker shareholders to speak, all the speaker shareholders are being humbly requested to limit their speaking content to a maximum of 3 minutes. For any technical issues which any of the shareholders may face during the period of this meeting, they may call the helpline number which has been provided in the notice of this AGM for assistance. Live streaming of this meeting is also being webcast on NSDL's website. The company has taken all the necessary steps to ensure and enable effective participation and voting by the shareholders. On behalf of the management, I would now like to request the chairman to chair the proceedings of this meeting.
Thank you, Nidhi. Good evening to all our dear shareholders. I wish to inform you all that I have joined this meeting through video conference from my office in Mumbai. On behalf of all the board and the management, I welcome all of you and extend our sincere gratitude for attending this 104th annual general meeting of your company. I hope all of you and your families have been keeping safe and are in good health. I have been advised by Ms. Nidhi Agarwal, Company Secretary, that the requisite quorum is present to validly conduct the proceedings of the 104th annual general meeting of the members of the company. Participation of members through video conferencing is being reckoned for the purpose of quorum as per the circular issued by MCA and Section 103 of the Companies Act 2013. I therefore now call this meeting to order. I would now like to invite all the participating board members to introduce themselves one by one. Dad, you want to unmute? Okay, he's on mute. Rupal, you can go.
I got it.
Okay, he's come.
Yeah. I'm Chakor Doshi, member of the board. I'm joining this meeting from my room in New York City. I have received all the papers and all that. I don't know if there's anything else I have to declare.
No, that's good. Rupal?
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I'm Rupal Vora, an independent director of the company. I'm attending this AGM from my residence in Mumbai through video conference. And I would also like to inform that I'm the chairperson of the Stakeholders Relationship Committee. Thank you.
Ashok ji, you're on mute.
I am Ashok Kukreja, independent director of the company. I am attending this meeting from my residence in Mumbai. I am the chairperson of audit committee meeting and remuneration and nomination committee meeting.
Thank you. Please also note that in addition to the key executives and senior management of the company who have joined this meeting through video conference, the statutory auditors of the company and the secretarial auditor of the company have also joined this meeting in a similar fashion. The company has received 4 letters from corporate shareholders appointing authorized representative under Section 113 of the Companies Act 2013 in respect of 248,482 equity shares of rupees 10 each, which constitutes 62.12% of the company's paid up equity share capital. Since under such kind of format, there is no possibility of securing physical attendance of the members. Therefore, in line with the applicable guidelines, there is no requirement of appointing proxies. Registers, documents, and records as required under the applicable law are available for inspection by the members. Members seeking to inspect such documents can send an email to the designated email address, that is investors@bcma.in. Members who have not voted earlier through remote e-voting can cast their vote during the course of the meeting through e-voting facility today. The annual report for the financial year 2022-23 has already been sent to all the shareholders whose email IDs were registered with the company. I request that the notice convening this meeting, as well as the director's report, auditor's report on the standalone and consolidated audited financial statements of the company, and the secretarial audit report for the year ended March 31st, 2023, be taken as read, since there are no qualifications in these reports. I would now like to hand the proceedings back to Nidhi, our company secretary.
Thank you, sir. As per the relevant provisions of the Companies Act 2013 and SEBI listing regulations, which provide for e-voting, the company has provided the facility of the remote e-voting from 1st August to 3rd August, 5 p.m. It may please be noted that the voting rights of the members are in proportion to the number of shares held by them as on the cutoff date, being 28 July 2023. The facility of voting at the meeting is also being made available to the members who are attending the AGM and have not already cast their votes by remote e-voting. Members are requested to keep the voting page of the NSDL website and cast their vote. Your board of directors have appointed Mrs. Ragini Choksi of Messrs. Ragini Choksi & Co., practicing company secretaries, as a scrutinizer to scrutinize the e-voting process. Since the AGM is being held through video conference and other audio-visual means, and the resolutions mentioned in the notice convening this AGM have already been put to vote through remote e-voting, there will be no proposing and seconding with respect to the proposed resolutions at this meeting. I will now request the chairman to take over and proceed with the rest of the proceedings.
Thank you, Nidhi. I will now proceed with the agenda in accordance with the notice of this AGM. The ordinary business items are listed as agenda item number 1, 2, and 3 of the notice, which are as follows. Item number 1, to receive, consider, and adopt A, the audited standalone financial statements for the year ended March 31st, 2023, together with the reports of the board of directors and auditors thereon, and B, the audited consolidated financial statements for the year ended on March 31st, 2023, together with the reports of the auditors thereon. Item number 2, to declare a final dividend on equity shares for the financial year ended March 31st, 2023. And item number 3 is to appoint a director in place of Mr. Chakor L. Doshi, DIN number 00210949, who retires by rotation at this 104th annual general meeting and being eligible offers himself for reappointment. The special business items are listed as agenda item numbers 4 and 5 of the notice, which are as follows. To consider item number 4, to consider and approve continuation of directorship of Mr. Chakur L. Doshi as a non-executive director after attaining the age of 75 years. And item number 5, to consider and approve the renewal of the consultancy contract of Mr. Chakur L. Doshi, Chairman Emeritus. I now request the moderator to call out the names of the members, one after the other, who have pre-registered themselves for seeking clarifications and for the purposes of offering their valuable comments and suggestions. I will hear everyone's questions and then answer them at the end of the, after all the questions are asked, as well as any questions that have come on email from some of the shareholders. So we'll put it all together. Thank you. Moderator, you can take over.
Thank you, sir. Now I hereby request our first speaker shareholder, Mr. Sharad Kumar Shah, to put up his question. He has not joined, so we move upon to our next speaker shareholder. The next speaker shareholder is Prakashini G. Shinoy. She has also not joined yet. So we move upon to our next speaker shareholder is Bimal Agarwal. He has also not joined yet. We move upon to our next speaker shareholder, Mr. Anil Mehta.
Mr. Anil Mehta is also not there. Can we move on to next speaker shareholder, please?
Yeah, it's Yusuf Rangwala.
He is there.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. જરાક જોશી સાહેબ કેમ છો સાહેબ? સર હું મુંબઈ યુસુફભાઈ રાંગવાલા વાત કરું છું. સાહેબ મને વધારે કઈ વાત નથી કરવી. તમે એટલું સારું કરો છો, મેં તમારા પાસે આપવા આવું છું. They support all the resolution and thanks for the good dividend. Sir, how is your health, sir? I am supporting our new company secretary for giving a link, sir. Nothing more to it. My no question, sir. Sir, thank you very much, sir. My full support to you, sir. No question, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we move upon to our next speaker shareholder, Mrs. Surekha Shah. She has also not joined. I think we end up with the speaker shareholder list.
Okay. So there are no questions, but I think, I don't know, Sharad Bhai Shah had sent a letter, right? So we need to just address that. Nidhi, what were the questions in that? Are you aware? Or Mahindra had sent it? Okay. So here are the questions. Yeah. I have it. So his first point was that 2006 EPS was rupees 101 and 2020 PBT was 3.7 crores. FY 22-23 performance is lower. So I guess the answer to that is that the current year's performance is better than the last 2 years, but we have still not reached the levels of pre-COVID, and I think there is still a little bit of an impact which is getting resolved, and I think year on year we'll see better results. He also asked that employment cost was 1.79 crores, which was higher than the PAT of 1.78 crores. But historically, employment cost has always been lower than PAT. So what he has not taken into account here is that the loss that we incurred at Walchand's Son, which is the joint venture company that we have started. So that has a 48 lakh impact, and so that is why the PAT on a consolidated basis has come down. So I think that should change once the Walchand Sun Advanced Composite starts making profit. And page number 115, 116, revenue from auto business was 41%, revenue from hospitality was 59%, but the PAT from hospitality is only 57 lakhs. So yes, we all know that the hospitality business has much lower margins and has higher costs. Also, the repairs, maintenance costs and employee costs of this building where the hospitality business is situated is much higher than the auto business costs, and hence there is this skew between the two businesses. Why do we have a joint venture subsidiary associates? I think we've discussed that Walchand Sun Advanced Composites has huge opportunity as a business. It is a new line of business that we have invested in, and I think the next 2-3 years will see that play out. It's only been a year of that business's existence. So those were his questions. He also said TSR service is excellent, particularly from Miss Vidya, and see you at Walchanagar, or I don't know. We resubmitted Walchanagar on 27 July, something. So that's his questions. I guess there's no other questions. So we move ahead. Okay. So having answered the questions, please note that e-voting facility will remain open for the next 15 minutes to enable those members who have not yet casted their vote and would like to cast their vote now. I now authorize the company secretary to conduct the voting procedure and thereafter to declare the result of the voting in accordance with the prescribed procedure. Please note that the result of the voting, along with the scrutinizer's report, will be intimated to the stock exchange and also uploaded on the website of the company, that is www.bcma.in, and the website of NSDL, which is www.evoting.nsdl.com, within 48 hours of the conclusion of this AGM. The business of this AGM has now completed, and I can now announce that this meeting stands concluded. I now heartily thank all the esteemed shareholders for their active participation and for making valuable suggestions. I also take this opportunity to wish all of you and your respective families the very best of health. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.